everyone, welcome to another session of Dreamtime with Danielle, and that's me. Welcome back. Have you been dreaming lately? As you know, I have. As you know, it is October, and October is the spoopy month. October is the best. Them be fighting words, because I'm willing to fight about it. Oh, spooky, scary skeletons send shivers down my spine. Without further ado, the dream. Dreamt of a sleepy apocalypse, where the timeline kept repeating. I kept experiencing a need to escape from the sleepy infected. At first it's with my old boss, and the girl I'm trying to escape is displaying symptoms of sleepiness. She's also wearing the same black velvet pants that I'm wearing, and we're bonding over that. However, the more she talks to me, the more I use the opportunities to shift my body language towards the car. Standing for emphasis, turning around to make a point, until finally I'm close enough to the door that I can run inside and scream, "Drive." We shut the locks, we drive away, but I'm in a time warp, so the timeline keeps repeating and I have to escape again, this time with my aunt. There are subtle changes every time. And a third time comes around. We almost got away the second time, but here we go. It's a third time, walking around outside, and I'm realizing I need a car, but I can't use my car because it's too old and busted. I think about my father's car, think about my aunt's car. They're both new and filled with gas. This time, I look at my house. I see my cousin and my sister dancing inside. I see there's some sort of party happening in there. And I think to myself, what if I take them all with me? This time, instead of trying to escape alone, I subtly approach everyone in the party who is my family member. I see my aunt. This time, she's displaying signs of sleepiness. And I rub her back in circles, asking her to be alert and to be ready to leave at a moment's notice. I see unlocked doors all over my house, around the bathroom, around the front door, and I subtly go around locking them. I casually tell them to join me outside, and then we go for a walk. In the streets, I see families are celebrating and dancing in circles. I circumnavigate them and turn to another area where there's a car. I don't know what that says. Sometimes I cannot read my own handwriting. We veer in a circle. Ha! We veer in a circle and head back down the block to the cars. And that's the dream. Okay, so we have a sleepy apocalypse, which I like. I'm gonna be up front, y'all. I do not like zombies. I am not a zombie fan. I know lots of people who are prepared with their zombie apocalypse plan, but I am not one of those people. I don't plan on that even being a possibility. I don't like zombie fantasies, and in fact, I've had zombie nightmares way worse than this silly little dream. That's right. In one of my zombie nightmares, I lived through a zombie apocalypse. I felt a zombie's teeth sink into my flesh and my bones and rip the tendons from my body, and it was not cute! So as I was saying, I'm not a fan of zombies. I mean, listen, if you were eaten alive in one of your dreams by a zombie, I don't think you'd be as big of a fan either. I mean, you might be more gung-ho to kill them, but I just don't want to be involved. That nightmare was from like a decade ago. Thank God. In this dream, we have a sleepy apocalypse. She's sleepy. So actually, being sleepy is like the biggest symbol that stands out in this dream. There's also the time loop, right? The time loop. No matter what I did or how I did it, I kept resetting and needing to escape all over again. So this is about cycles, and sleep has to do with rest. But it could also do with, I was going to say autopilot, but that's not actually what I mean. Okay, so rest. People have a very contentious relationship with rest. We want it, we crave it, but a lot of people don't feel allowed to have it, or that resting means that we're lazy, or bad, or wrong, or whatever. America's capitalistic society has really encouraged us to work ourselves to death, and that is seen as noble and good. So rest has stigmas attached to it. Think of the sayings, let it rest. That means let something go. Give it a rest. Take a break. You gotta let the bread rest. That means you have to let the dough rise. But in this dream, rest and sleepiness are the disease. So really, I mean, is it so different from waking life, where we are spending days and days and days trying to wake people up? Wake people up. This is me shaking a person. Wake people up to the fact that our world and our lifestyles are closing and changing at a rapid rate. And that it really is up to every single one of us as individuals and the choices we make to come together collectively, to start making bigger choices and collective decisions. We have a presidential race coming up that is affecting everyone in the world. We have a worldwide pandemic, so there is a sickness going around. And whether it turns people into zombies or not is debatable, because, I mean, just look at the huge contention between wearing a mask and not wearing a mask and the way people will react to that. Not the zombie apocalypse we were expecting, though, was it? Neither was this. So it's not the zombie apocalypse we're expecting. And I keep resetting. It kept going. So no matter how I found a way to escape, that wasn't the answer. It wasn't until the final one, when I'm not trying to leave, when I choose to go back into my home and save my family, which apparently I wasn't trying to do in that older one. I don't even know where my family was on the first couple. But in the third and final run of the dream, I decide I have to go in. I can't go out, I gotta go in. Very symbolic. I mean, let's face it. Going in is the answer here. From my third eye to yours. And then locking doors. Locking out any type of vulnerability. Locking out any chance that another zombie can enter the premises, right? Am I right? I am. I'm right. So being sleepy. That could be unaware. Being unaware of the issues, or unaware of the conflicts that are causing the issues. It could be people sleeping on their responsibility, or choosing to be passive instead of active. This is a human trait. We choose to be passive all the time, but there is a time and a place, and right now is not the time and the place. Be active. And then cars, which I actually don't spend a lot of time in the dream. I don't spend a lot of time in cars in the dream. Instead, I spend a lot of time trying to get the cars. So getting a car is getting a ride, getting transportation, a faster way from point A to point B, a faster destination. I know lots of people like to remind us it's not the destination, it's the journey. But we all know that a lot of us rush our way through the journey because we just want to get to the destination. Okay, I'm admitting I can be that person. As much as I love to journey, I also love to get to my destination. And sometimes I get very impatient, and maybe I'm being told to wake up from that impatience, which I keep on the inside. And that's it. That's the one. And take my family with me. Yeah, man. Sometimes, no matter how much we feel close to our family and we love our family, we still need our space, we still need our privacy, we still need our recharge time. But this dream was also reminding me to go back. Don't leave them forever, which I wouldn't plan to, but I guess also when you're trying to escape with your life, you don't make the best decisions. The clearest decisions, you don't ask the most questions, you just sort of go. Zombies, ah! And I mean, let's think about what a zombie is. They're either brainless or brain dead or craving your brains. So zombies have a relationship to the brain. And the brain is, well, I mean, the brain is jelly. But the brain is where we link the concept of ideas and the thought process. But really, the brain is just where the synapses release energy signals to let us know, I want to lift my arm right now, or I feel like blinking. Thanks, brain. Ding. In fact, the brain takes charge of all of those steps that it's not worth time thinking about, like breathing. I'm not thinking about breathing, I'm just doing it. But when I do think about breathing, I can do it in a different way than if I was just autopiloting it. So yeah, zombies are on autopilot. They tend to destroy or be destroyed, and they are deteriorating. So it's a crumbling thing. A zombie doesn't do well on its own. But there's always something that creates the zombies, right? Like, becoming a zombie is not a spontaneous thing. Some type of event, generally catastrophic, occurs. Is it a virus? Are there spores? Did a wild animal with zombieism bite a human and transfer the zombieism zoologically? I don't know, but we do know that in our world today, there's a lot of different elements that all need attention over time. But from us, the people who are alive now, today, together. And just like at the end of the dream, when I realize I have to do this together with my family, we as people hopefully will recognize each other as soul family and recognize we really do have to do this together. And thank you. That's been my own sleepy zombie apocalypse dream, and I'm really grateful that it was not more morbid or lucid as it could have been and has been in the past. Okay, so what's your October confession? What's a super popular, spooky thing that you're just not that into? As I already said, for me, it's zombies. Not about that life! If you guys have dreams that you would like to share here with me so that I can break it down and discuss some of the symbols, information is down below. And I'll see you guys next week. Woo! Spoopy. Dreamtime with Danielle. Yeah! Skeletons.